I feel like we've driven into a real-life horror film.
Yeah. There's no phone signal, because of course there isn't up here.
Oh my god, there's a face on the ceiling. What is that? Why have they done that? For over 600 years, the Moai heads of Easter Island have loomed large over the people of this island. A majestic, fantastic presence haunting.
Chris, are you trying to convince them that we're in Easter Island?
No.
Well, we're in Miyazaki, Japan right now, and this is Wacky Weekend.
Wacky Weekend. Yes, we're here in Miyazaki. We're about to go on a road trip across Kyushu to the biggest onsen town in all of Japan, Beppu Hot Springs.
Oh, great, I get to go in a bath again on camera.
That is the essence of Wacky Weekend, Connor in a bath. But I've always wanted to go to Beppu and do a video there. Honestly, I do want to see the Moai statues in real life, in person in Easter Island, some point in the future. But these ones are actually approved by the elders of Easter Island. They've given it the sign-off, right?
Yeah, there's a UNESCO World Heritage sign all around here, just in your face.
So it must be good. But what I like is the original Moai statues, right? They were made to commemorate the leaders of the island. And the bigger the statue, the more important the leader of the island was. While they were sort of rolled in on bits of wood by 150 people, these ones were shipped in by crane. There's a big photo of them being dropped in by crane. Take some of the magic, the ethereal magic away. But anyway, we came here for a road trip, so...
What's first on our list, then?
We are going to a beautiful, traditional, abandoned village. Your favourite, Connor. Let's go! Miyazaki is an often overlooked region given it's on the quiet southeastern coast of Kyushu, but it's a place that punches well above its weight. Coming up, we taste Miyazaki beef, Japan's most award-winning Wagyu. Whoa. Desperately attempt to catch our lunch out of a literal drain pipe. I can't get them in time.
It's yours.
It's the most stressful dining experience I've had in 10 years. And nearly get tossed overboard by Captain Connor in the ethereal Takachiho Gorge. No! But in many ways, this road trip north to Beppu Hot Springs is all a bit of a smokescreen. Because the real reason I've planned to take us to Japan's largest onsen is it's home to the Dinosaur Love Hotel that I've so sorely wanted to visit for almost a decade. Imagine Jurassic Park, but far sexier. Jeff Goldblum blow-up dolls for everyone. Connor is gonna love it. Despite being ranked as Japan's happiest prefecture in a survey in 2021, that still hasn't stopped Miyazaki suffering from the same depopulation issues faced by more rural prefectures across the country. So desperate is the situation, in 2020, incredibly, the local government offered payments of 1 million yen to entice families to move here. But to see where things are heading, I found a so-called ghost village that illustrates this trend. Although to get to it, we've got to drive into one of the most isolated mountain regions in all of Kyushu, down a precariously narrow, disused road. Not that I've told our erstwhile driver, probably best he doesn't know what lies up ahead.
I don't know where we're going, Chris, but if you can see, in front of us, the roads are so tiny and we're going in the mountains of Kyushu. Where the fuck are we going, Chris?
I'm glad Connor's driving. I'm navigating. Go straight, Connor, go straight.
Oh, such great navigation, Chris. What would I do without you? Oh, maybe I could actually focus on driving. So we've got more into the mountains and Google is insisting that this is a road, but look at this. That's not a road. No. What the fuck is this? Oh. It's so narrow, this is insane.
I really should have got the full insurance policy. It was only another 500 yen.
I need a fucking life insurance policy as well. You're a wanker, why did we go up here?
Oh God, careful.
I know.
There's a drop there that would be a game-changing.
A game, that's one way of wording death. A game change. It's going to change the game of death, quite frankly.
I feel like we've driven into a real-life horror film.
Yeah, there's no phone signal, because of course there isn't up here. So we're fucked now. So if we actually get in an accident, we're genuinely fucked. No wonder it's fucking abandoned. Why the fuck would anyone want to come up this road? No one wants to come up here, this sucks!
After 45 minutes driving down something that used to be a road, it finally comes to an end in a desolate clearing. And so, leaving the safety of the car behind, we proceed the last kilometre on foot. How do you feel about driving back, Connor?
I'm not driving. You're driving back.
No.
I would drive up and you would drive down.
Yeah, but you've got experience now.
Oh, fuck off.
You've done it. You know where the rocks are. You know it's like you could do it with your eyes shut.
No, you could drive back. That's fair.
Nah.
Don't you think that Chris should drive back, viewers?
No.
Type yes, Chris should drive back.
Fuck off, Connor, if you're with me. As we head deeper into the forest, suddenly, through the dense foliage, we spot the outline of a crumbling building on the edge of what was once the village of Sabukawa.
This is insane. Hopefully the drone shots can give it some sort of context, how deep into the mountains we are. And the footage of the car going down the road shows you how difficult it was to get here. So to stumble across like a brick wall and what appears to be a town emerging from the woods, it's very eerie. It's very, very eerie indeed. Definitely not unsettling at all.
Don't know what the meaning is behind it, but even if someone's just doing it to play a prank, I don't appreciate it. You know how some, like some berries don't look poisonous? This one definitely looks poisonous.
What is that?
I don't know. I don't know where it's growing from. Really bizarre.
Connor's just found his accommodation.
Connor lost today's challenge, so we've put him up in a nice 5-star hotel.
It's really unpleasant. Good God.
It's odd, really. It looks like it was like a rush to evacuate, not really like a slow progress. I mean, there's so much stuff here still.
To be fair though, if you look inside this room, it still looks better than Connor's apartment.
Japan's ghost villages are rapidly becoming more frequent given the depopulation of the countryside. A survey in 2018 revealed there's currently around 8 million empty homes across the country, with a rural vacancy rate of 16%, the highest in the developed world. Sabukawa was once home to 200 villagers working, perhaps unsurprisingly, in forestry, as well as the cultivation of shiitake mushrooms. By the time it was fully abandoned in 1989, just 13 people lived here, and the local government assisted in relocating them to better connected towns. But despite being abandoned for over 30 years, there's still signs that the former residents occasionally return to the place they once called home, whether it's a cup of fresh sake on the village shrine, or a mysterious chair that looks somewhat out of place.
Oh my God.
So this chair, look at the rug, it's not stained, it's not dirty, it actually looks really clean. And given where the chair's positioned and where the rug or carpet is, it's almost as if someone's come back here and they just sit down on it casually and remember the good old days. And oh my God, there's a face on the ceiling in chalk. That's not creepy at all. What is that? What is that? Why have they done that? Oh, that's a bit unsettling. I think it's time to go now, but chalk face, clean rug, a fishing rod that looks brand new, fishing rod right here. I feel like someone does come back here and they remember the good old days of coming to school here maybe. Do you think I'm onto something? Detective Chris?
There's no way this rug exists and it's been there for years.
No.
It's far too clean. Someone's either cleaned it or they brought a new one.
We sent the drone up a minute ago, right? And we want to get some shots of the town, and the drone went up over the forest, pointed down, and you couldn't see anything. The only buildings we could see had basically blended in with the trees, right? They've become almost a part of the forest.
It's quite impressive. I thought when you said town it was going to be like 3-4 houses max, but it seems to be like it was kind of a bit much bigger size than that.
This sort of thing, this is going to be far more common going forward as people move to the cities and leave the countryside behind.
So you're driving, right?
I mean, you've got a lot of experience, Connor. You drove up here. You know how to do it. You know. No.
Back to civilization, and our next stop is Miyazaki's most celebrated attraction, the fairy tale backdrop that is Takachiho Gorge. But before we hop on a boat, we're feeling a little bit peckish. Lucky for us, there's a nearby restaurant serving up the local specialty. Just as the waterfall at Takachiho flows, so too do our noodles, quite literally down a bamboo drain pipe.
Quick, Connor, get the food.
Oh my God.
Get it, Connor.
Easy, bro.
Oh,
I got my fucking jacket in it. Fucking hell.
So in Japan, they've got sushi conveyor belts. What they also have are noodles coming down a pipe in a little river. Oh shit! You've got to fight.
Oh my God!
Shut up!
You messed it all up.
Shut up! And then you take the noodles off, put them in here. Job done.
Interception. Boom. That's how you do it, boys.
What I like is I can stop Connor from eating because I can get to the food first. As it gets to me,
that's your turn.
Snatch it out.
It's your turn.
Oh shit!
It's your turn.
They're not fucking about here. It's the most stressful dining experience I've had in 10 years.
This is wacky. This is wacky in a shit way. I don't like this. I can't just have my noodles. I'm eating.
Quick, Connor.
What a mess. This is too many noodles as well. Can we stop? Stop selling noodles. This is a joke.
This is like survival of the fittest. If you can't use chopsticks, it's game over. You can't eat. You just can't have your dinner.
I will say it's a cool concept, but man, is it not fun? It's just you're just kind of like trying to get your food. You're like fighting for your life so you don't miss it.
We're at Takachiho Gorge, and for lack of a better word, it's gorgeous.
We can't put that in.
It's the end of the video.
No.
Connor referred to it as nature's bidet earlier. Of course he did. There's always a toilet analogy somewhere. No matter how beautiful, no matter how stunning, there's always a sodding bidet reference. God's sake.
With its steep cliffs, emerald green waters and 17-metre high waterfall, it's not hard to see Takachio Gorge's appeal, even if the Noodles leave a lot to be desired. And with rental boats at our disposal, it's time for us to sail downriver to get the money shot of the waterfall. But it's not long before I hugely regret my decision to put Captain Connor in charge of our vessel.
I won't lie, I'm a little bit worried going on a fairly flimsy boat with about $5,000 worth of camera equipment. It's good thing I've lost some weight, because otherwise it would be like the fucking Titanic going down in the gorge. But
I think with your ego on board, it might happen anyway.
I got on the back of the boat and it went bop like that, and it felt like I was about to go underwater.
I'm gonna drive us into the waterfall.
No, you're not.
Fuck off. I'm driving. Okay, let's get this boat moving a little quicker. It's a little slow right now.
What was supposed to be a relaxing afternoon sailing through a gorge quickly descends into terror on the high seas as Connor ploughs straight into a bottleneck of half a dozen boats.
We've got to sail through the fucking Fifth Fleet to get to the waterfall. Look at how many boats there are.
Oh my god, there's a fucking traffic jam.
Starboard, starboard. Connor, what have you done?
It's not me. They boxed me in.
This is an absolute clusterfuck. We're boxed in, we can't escape, and there's like a fucking waterfall just like drenching me. Come on, Connor. Yeah. See you guys. Alright, we're out of the danger zone. Whoa, that looks nice.
It seems I spoke too soon about being out of the danger zone as Connor decides to take us perilously close to the bloody waterfall.
Let's go backwards, shall we?
Fuck off. Actually killing. There's a lot of equipment here.
Are you getting scared yet, Chris?
You fucking no! You no! Absolute dickhead. Went straight into the waterfall. Nothing about this is romantic.
This is like a magic, I have to say.
Having survived Connor's treachery, we hastily escaped to our nearby accommodation, a traditional inn on the outskirts of Takachiho. Time to dry off. Brr.
So guys, we've just arrived in Takachiho, home to Japan's most famous gorge, and this is where we're staying tonight. This most beautiful, kind of like a house. It's a Ryokan, a traditional inn, but you get your own little house with a bath and various amenities, and Connor, who's in here, is going to give us the grand tour. Little pigs, open up.
Sorry, are you wealthy enough to be here? You know, this isn't fine. This is an establishment. I'm sorry, we can't allow no. This is, quite frankly, one of the best Ryokans I've ever stayed in. This is one of the nicer rooms.
Wow, we've done a fair few on Lucky Weekend.
Let's start with the best part of all. Toilet.
Right.
Why is it good, you might ask? Watch this. It's premium.
It's premium. You to go inside.
I just refuse to lift light plastic. You will never catch me lifting.
What I like is this Beauty and the Beast. It's like when the petals fall, Connor will turn into the Beast.
Connor will die. When the petal falls, Chris will finally upload a video. Should we start with the main room?
Start with the main room.
So, right away you'll notice, really, really big ceiling for Ryokan. This is quite rare. I mean, I noticed that. You're like, wow. Also, amazing view, of course.
It's got a bit of a Kyoto vibe to it, hasn't it?
Yeah.
With the sort of the patio where you can sit here and enjoy the view.
I mean, the whole point of coming to Ryokan is to relax, right? Maybe you come with a partner, maybe, you just want to get away for the weekend. And, typically you only spend one night. So this is kind of the perfect tranquility that you want to get away from it all. Get away from that Tokyo city life, Sendai,
Absolutely. They've done such a good job incorporating, like, the outside nature into the room. So not only have we got the door there, but like this window, this shoji sliding door over by the beds, you can see the leaves in the trees, the shadows dancing in the window. It's beautiful. Really nice room. We've seen the main room, we've seen the bathroom, and now it's time to see the wet room. They've spared no expense in this changing room though. Look, they've got the Dyson mega fucking hairdryer from the future as well. So that's pretty cool. But From the changing room, we go down these stairs and into the shower room with a staggering number of options here. Above, hand, side. And once you've washed, you come into the bath to see a horror show.
I need a solid to remind me.
When you sit inside a bath like this, what do you feel? What do you think?
Tranquility. Perfection. This is the best band. No to man.
Big bath for a big man with a big ego.
You know, you just got to fit it all in.
We spoil Sea Dog VA, we really do. Get him splashing about.
I have to get naked on camera to earn this. If I must, Chris.
If I must, people would break their own fingers to sit in that bathtub, wrapped in a towel, looking at this wonderful
I
garden.
have to break all their bones to try and get out of here.
Of what?
You can't leave, Connor.
Right, off to dinner.
Connor finally out of the bath, we head off to dinner at the inn, with Miyazaki's award-winning Wagyu beef on the menu. But is it worthy of the hype? It's an investigation I'm willing to undertake. Gosh, the sacrifices I make for this channel.
So guys, it's dinner time, and they've just brought out Sebastian the crab, or rather Sebastian the lobster. Look at the size of that. Connor's having a feast of sashimi before the main event, before the Miyazaki beef comes out.
So I've never ever had lobster sashimi before. This is the spiny lobster, not the normal lobster, so I don't know if that makes it different, but give it a shot. That actually surprisingly works. It still kind of has that lobster meat flavour, but kind of more subdued. That's really nice. You'll like this.
Yeah, so apparently a Nobel Prize winning party came to this Ryokan, and this is the menu they had, and this is the very lobster they dined on. Let's dive in.
Yeah, right.
It's not bad. Not really my thing. It's a bit too chewy, and I don't want to use the word slimy because slimy sounds bad. I judge a Ryokan meal by the sashimi, by the quality of the fish. This is really fresh. This is a really good sign.
Whoa.
Is it good? Why are you laughing?
That's insane. How is it that good? I'm just thinking, like, I normally don't care about, like, fancy food. I'm like, whatever. I'll take a Big Mac. But this is like another level. I think this might be the best beef I've ever had in my life.
Really? So every 5 years in Japan, they have the Wagyu Olympics, right? Where they have a contest for all the Wagyu cuts from around Japan, like Kobe, Matsuzaka, Maezawa. And for a 15-year period, this was the winner. It's also been served at the Academy Awards. Let's find out why.
It's good, right?
And now we know why. Oh, this is the right balance between being fatty, but also juicy and kind of meaty, like Western cuts. That's so damn good. Before we came in here, they gave us a menu asking, do you want more beef when your course comes? We were like, we'll be all right. We fucked up. We should have been like, yeah, bring us all the beef.
Just bring in everything.
Bring the cow.
everything.
Bring the fucking
yeah.
cow in here. Let's get this done. Can you imagine when the Nobel Prize winners were all sat around here and they were like, this is the beef. And they were like, so glad I won that fucking Nobel Prize.
The next morning, we leave Takachiho Gorge behind and continue our journey 2 hours north to Japan's largest hot spring town of Beppu.
So, Takachiho Gorge, what's the verdict?
Really beautiful. I mean, it deserves all the praise it gets. It's obvious why so many tourists go there.
To soak their friends underneath a massive waterfall.
Hey, I think you got a once-in-a-lifetime experience there.
What, nearly blowing up all my equipment? Connor's like, if I was the other way around, it was Connor's camera equipment, he would be having a fucking field day.
We
because
did
it's
that.
my
You did that on the cycling
every
thing.
wacky weekend. Fun fact, bit of insider info. We use my cameras for wacky weekend because Connor hasn't bought any good cameras. But anyway, we're on our way to Beppu now, and it's a beautiful drive ahead as we go through the countryside from Miyazaki across near Mount Aso, too much volcano, and into Oita Prefecture, into Beppu.
Beppu has an insane 2,900 hot spring vents, 10% of the total in all of Japan, pumping out an estimated 130 million litres of hot water every single day. And though much of that water heads to the local inns and hotels around the city, the hottest springs are known as the Hells of Beppu, steamy, otherworldly spots, each with their own striking colours and appearances as a result of the varying minerals flowing from the springs.
So guys, we made it to Beppu. It's such an incredible city. As you come over the hill, you see the town below and all this steam emanating from across the entire city. Beppu is built on one of the most seismically active areas in Kyushu, And the whole city has 8 different hells across it called Jigoku. And this is one of them, the Umi Jigoku. Literally, Umi means sea, Jigoku hell, sea hell. That sounds kind of weird, but you can see why with the colour, that bright blue, cobalt blue, that's because there is a lot of cobalt minerals in it. And some of the other pools are different striking colours. Like there's one over there that looks like a fucking bloodbath, but it's just filled with iron, so don't worry.
One thing I will say that is pretty cool, and I haven't seen this before, is just how like violently the water is being ejected from over there. I don't know if that's man-made or if that's natural. If that's natural,
It's natural.
That's insane. How do they do that? Just drill like the tiniest hole and then just let it come out. That's awesome. But yeah, I really want to swim in it.
Go on.
Really.
Get inside. Come on, get that jacket up.
You reckon that
So this one is called the Red Pond, Akike, and it looks a little bit like Connor's bathtub after Connor comes out of it, right?
What the fuck?
When
why would it look
Connor,
like that?
Connor's, this is what it looks like.
Why is it red?
Why is it red?
Yeah, why is it red?
The minerals. Minerals.
What fucking
Well, I don't know, someone fucking hid the evidence of the last person they murdered. To be fair, if you were going to get rid of someone, Jill Kadani.
This looks like someone dumped a bunch of cocoa puffs in an onsen and forgot to take them out. Just turned round.
Bring a big spoon.
It weirdly does look man-made. If you told me this was from like a Disney theme park, I'd be like, wow, the theming is on point with this section. It looks awesome. Good job. Good job, Disney.
Connor's got an obsession with this tanuki. Why do you like him so much?
I know there's some cultural significance to it, but why does it have to look like that?
POV regrets swiping left on Tinder.
One thing worth noting, and I don't know if this is because we've been here for too long, this one doesn't smell. I don't know if you've noticed that. This one doesn't smell like the typical kind of eggy sulphur smell that the other one did. The iron one absolutely stunk.
It's the sound that's quite ominous. It sounds almost like a jet plane taking off, right? The jet turbine. And that's the ferocity of the water blasting out from beneath the Earth's surface. Honestly, this is one of the few times I don't mind wearing a mask outside. When one of those sulfuric plumes hits you in the face, it's anything but pleasant. Oh.
Yeah, it's probably a good thing Connor's not jumping in, given these sizzling springs pumped up from 200 metres below are between 60 to 80 degrees Celsius. Let's keep boiled sea dog off the menu for now. So guys, we're at our absolutely stunning Ryokan in Beppu. It's been an amazing trip. Because it is so big and the room is so ridiculous, we've got a dedicated video to that over on the Chris Broad channel, so go and check that out. But before you can enjoy the many baths in this room, and there are many to enjoy, we're going to go to somewhere very special indeed, somewhere that Beppu, as only Beppu has, and that...
What is it, like a dungeon where I die?
It is a Dinosaur love hotel. There's one thing though.
Okay.
Because this is such an integral part to this video, we cannot allow failure to happen. Now, you might recall, last time we did a love hotel video in Osaka, we actually couldn't get in it, right?
Yeah.
Because there's a rule in a lot of hotels in Japan, love hotels, that 2 guys can't actually go in a room together.
Where's this going?
I need to go in with a girl.
No, fuck off. No.
Can't risk it.
Oh my God.
I literally can't risk it.
That's not gonna.
It's gonna work.
What the fuck do you have? Why?
So, I went to Don Quixote the other day before this trip.
That's not.
I bought you
not gonna
a
work.
few accessories to ensure that we get in, all right? Dive in. You ready? Let's go. Oh my God!
Is this what you wanted?
That's fucking. That is. Why haven't you put the wig on properly?
I have put it on.
This is not so much a disguise as a fucking horror show. You can't walk into a hotel like that. Like it's like something out of fucking Def Leppard. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
They've spent a lot of money on the exterior. I wonder if the interior like lives up to the hype.
This is the most sensual dinosaur.
Look at this. How much money? Look at this. There's a crashed helicopter.
How is it? Does it make you feel excited for lovemaking?
Oh, you bet it does. Gosh.
Yeah.
Nothing gets me more excited than Jurassic Park. Oh. We're about to turn, what are we going to call you? Cruella? Clarice. You'll be Clarice.
All right, fine. Haughty Clarice.
Haughty Clarice.
Right, let's get in then, shall we? This is literally what a serial killer would do to their victims. Put on the costume. We're not going in.
Put on the wig. To be fair, you do almost look like a girl.
Oh, mate, I'm built like a freight train. What are you talking about?
A derailed freight train.
Right, let's
All right.
fucking get in then. Come on. This is fucking awful.
Yeah. So remember, use a girl's voice. Your voice is so deep. It needs to be like, hi, see Martin. Warning, dinosaur attention. Right, ready?
I guess I'm ready. I don't really.
I wonder which is the best room. These two look good. I'm guessing this is it.
Yes, down the way.
You're Jeff Goldblum's girlfriend, if anyone asks.
Please help me. This strange man has told me to wear this wig. I want to run. I want to run away from him.
We're in. It smells very smoky.
Oh, my date for this evening. She's so beautiful. Oh my God! Why have I come here with this?
Why is this your fantasy, Chris, huh?
This is not my fantasy. This is my nightmare.
Oh my God. No, look at this. Look what I just saw. Are you ready for the sky? Sexy light.
What is that?
Let's find out.
What? Oh my God.
No.
It's like a disaster alarm.
Oh God.
I mean, Love Hotel's put a lot of effort into lighting. I've never seen one where the bed is wrapped in a cage. You know, I'm not sure how I feel about that. Like,
Let me out of here. Let me out of here. I will say it's interesting to note that there is a gambling machine again in here. Why? Could you imagine you have sex with someone and then you're like, hold on, honey, I've got to gamble.
Got to get my money back.
I've got to pay for this room real quick. Why would they have this?
Amazing.
It's a slot machine. So obviously at some point during a stay, you're going to be wanting to go to the shower.
Is that after you've won all the money on the slot machine?
Yeah, you've kind of. I should probably wash my hands actually. It's kind of gross. All right, that bath looks extremely large. I mean,
It looks like a bloodbath. Look at how red it is.
is this weird? This is weird. Wait. Yeah, this has room for 3 people, which is pretty progressive. Pretty nice. Nice to see. This is huge. This is a massive shower area. This is really nice. I can fucking sleep here.
Well, you can. You will. You will. I'm not letting you back in my room after tonight.
Good night. Oh my God.
Get some shut eye.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Oh no!
Yeah, I mean, honestly, not gonna lie, it's kind of disappointing.
Where's the Jeff Goldblum blow-up doll?
After all the hype with the entrance and how insane that was, coming to this feels kind of tame, almost in comparison. Can I leave my wig here?
No.
Can I put it in the trash?
No.
so we're checking out, right? We have 2 buttons here. One's Ryokan Kukunin button, which tells us how much we owe, and we owe an astonishing $5,350. Bit pricey for the 45 minutes of fun we've had here, and this is something I've never seen before. We've got to pay the fee. Usually they have like a machine, almost like a vending machine, right? This is a vacuum tube. You put the money in here, press the button, it shoots off like something out of a 1980s movie, and that's how this works. So right now, as in every Love Hotel, you get locked in the room, right, until you pay. It's quite claustrophobic and scary. So providing the vacuum tube goes all right to the cashier person, the door should unlock at some point. Have you ever seen this before?
No.
You seem like this is normal. This is so old and dusty. I don't get it. All right.
Give them the money. We're getting the fuck out of here.
Look at that. That's asbestos. I can't believe this. This is some badass technology. Is it just like Jurassic Park? Did they have this in Jurassic Park?
No.
No, they didn't, did they? All right. Lift up. Put the vacuum tube in. Close the vacuum tube. You ready? You ready for the money shot? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. What the fuck? And we've just paid for the Love Hotel. You know, I first heard about this Love Hotel, it must have been 6 or 7 years ago when I did my first video on Love Hotel. So I've always wanted to come here. Let's face it, it's fairly disappointing.
I mean, you can't lie, the animatronics in the front are pretty cool, but that's kind of where...
Yeah. All the stuff coming in was pretty epic, but the room itself is pretty standard and a little bit underwhelming. A bit like the recent Jurassic Park movies themselves.
all show and no filler.
Do you reckon people come here and reenact scenes from Jurassic Park? Oh, clever girl. And honestly, the place we're staying tonight in Beppu, over on the Chris Aboard channel, is far more impressive, so go and check that out. But thank you guys for joining us on this wacky weekend.
It really was wacky.
Shit show. We saw Maui heads, we saw abandoned towns, we tasted fried chicken, Miyazaki beef, we went to a gorge, I nearly drowned in a waterfall, and we came to the biggest hot spring in all of Japan. It really was an epic road trip.
Yeah.
Thank you guys, and thank you, Connor.
For the wacky weekend.
On a wacky weekend. But go and check out our video on Chris Abroad. We're off for some special time now. Actually, no, I'm just going to leave Connor here with his wig.
Oh, just okay. How about you just keep filming? I'm just going to quickly...
Where's the wig gone? Where are you going? Where are you going? Fuck's sake. Come back here. Oh, it's so dark
And
in
now
here.
we have drapes.
Oh god.
He's done what a shit job you did. That was such a god awful.
Fuck off. I've got lots of things on my mind right now.
Like what?
Like, why am I at the fucking Dinosaur Hotel?
This is your fucking idea.
God, right. For over 600 years, the Easter Island heads of your mum, the Moai heads. Shut up.